And good morning, everyone. Welcome into our second edition of the Star of the Game program. This time we're featuring the young people from Washington Courthouse along with some coaches, and we'll be talking to some of them through the next hour plus. So we hope you stay with us for those honors. Nick Epifano, owner-operator of the 4 McDonald's restaurants under the Epifano name. Who came up with that name?
I don't know. I was born with it.
Well, obviously somebody did not tell the young man you cannot be in there, buddy.
Back out. Sorry.
Nicholas is not doing his job. He's supposed to have that blocked off. Sorry about that. That's why it's called live, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good day today. Glad that our second show. Are you losing your voice yet?
No.
You had the first couple hours already of talking and doing interviews, and now you're going to be on your second. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours or not, but big group on here too.
Yeah, but next week we'll do what we call our Student Athlete Award winners, which we will honor a male and female from the 4 schools, districts that McDonald's serves. And again, that'll be next week. We'll talk about that more later on. Real quickly, we get to McDonald's restaurants, the Epifano name. When you came to this community, almost
26 years ago.
26 years ago.
Yeah. 2000.
Man, that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's been that long. And you're still friends with me. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're amazing.
We've been doing this for 25 years, I think.
Yeah.
So
started out on radio and all that. Yeah, back in the day.
So
couldn't see anything. All you could do is hear.
Technology and stuff like that has developed so much. And speaking of technology's had such a big factor with the Epifano McDonald's restaurants. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that people can take advantage of on that.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, there's so many different ways to order now. We talked about this previously, but you can do a mobile order. You can pull up outside and we can bring it out to you. You can do a mobile order, come in and pick it up. You can use the conventional methods of going through the drive-thru, coming inside, use a kiosk inside. You can order delivery. So many different ways that we're doing things now, and we always try to stay up on the technology. Matter of fact, was a couple of weeks ago we had one of the restaurants closed and everybody's freaking out thinking that something happened.
Oh, yeah.
Night, and I forgot to post it. Usually I post if we're going to be closed, and I forgot, and all kinds of rumors and innuendos and all that. Appreciate everybody that was worried about us.
Yes.
We were actually doing some pretty big technology updates, new technology equipment. Got some new networking and stuff coming in just to make sure that we can continue to stay ahead of the game and make sure we're ready for the future. I think one thing COVID taught us was McDonald's and the operators out there, we all made quite a few investments not knowing COVID was coming, and I think that's what let us survive during that time frame where we had dual lane drive-thrus, and we had that's when DoorDash really took off.
Right.
Some of the delivery and that kind of thing, due to the fact of the previous investments that we made. So I think that was a good thing that we did that, and we learned from that, and we know that we want to continue to make sure we're relevant for the customer, and that's why you see different things with the menu. We're going to be rolling out a new beverage line here very soon. That's going to be very relative to what the consumer wants now with drinks and those kind of things. If you look at some of the promotions that we've done, Grinch, and some of the sandwiches, the Big Arch, some of these different things that you see out there, it's all being relative. And right now we're doing the K-pop promotion. So very, very relative item out there with young folks. So we still have some of that left. It's going pretty quick, but we're always trying to be relevant for the customer, be open when they want us to be. We have the one restaurant that's open 24 hours and those kind of things. So we're always there for them.
With McDonald's, as we mentioned before, you employ a lot of employees. I think you told me over 200 some.
Yeah, close to 300, yeah.
So I was like, that kind of blew me away and stuff like that. But that is so important, not only to employment purposes for people in this area, but also you offer flexibility and things like that to those employees. especially like maybe kids are playing sports or involved in student activities, or maybe senior citizens sometimes like to come work, or folks want to come work full time.
Yeah. I mean, we have a job for everybody. McDonald's is always a great first job for a lot of folks and those kind of things. So we've always made sure that we staff as much as we can so that we have that flexibility to be able to take care of the younger folks that maybe it's their first job. This restaurant does, we hire 15-year-olds here, so that really is a first job for a lot of these young folks. We have senior citizens, like you said, that work for us. McDonald's has a job for everyone, and that's one of the things that makes us kind of unique, that we can fit into all those situations. And having enough employees gives you that flexibility, so that if you need to be taking some night classes or something like that, we can work around your schedule to take care of that. So it just makes it a lot easier for us and for the employees when we have quite a few like that.
One of the things that Epifano McDonald's does is reinvest in the community. We do programs like this. We've been doing this for 20-some years. Last week we was at the
Humane Society. The Fur Ball. Been sponsoring that for a long time.
Yes, and there's other things that you guys have sponsored and stuff like that throughout the year. But I know that the Epifano family is a firm believer in giving back.
Yes, I mean, always been a cornerstone to what we do, and we're grateful for our great employees that we have that work hard every day, as well as our great customers. You folks out there that come in and patronize us, give us this opportunity to do this, and our promise is we're always going to give a portion of that back. We've been busy this first quarter. A lot of things that have been going on. Ducks Unlimited. We sponsor a lot of the Green Wings. The Green Wings promotion, where that helps with ecology and some of those wildlife things that happen with Ducks Unlimited. We did the Humane Society. In January we did the Groundhog Breakfast, so we try to support the Chamber of Commerce with everything that we do there by sponsoring that breakfast for 10-15 years now, or close to that, where we bring the community together with all the business folks and have a nice breakfast and talk about the future. We just believe in all the stuff that we do with the schools, churches, all the different things that we do. We just believe that we're blessed and we have a priority and an obligation to give back, and you give us the opportunity to do that. So we appreciate it. You're making an investment in the community when you come to our restaurants, and we're going to reinvest that back by doing things like this. It's one of the things we talked about in the previous show, that Randy and I really take a lot of pride and really enjoy doing this with these young folks, to celebrate their success and kind of do a time stamp, so to speak, in their life of something they were very good at and achieved some great things, and kind of record that for their prosperity, and maybe they can show their kids someday and those kind of things. So we appreciate the commitment of the schools and the coaches that come to this. It's a lot on a Saturday. They're all busy, and they come here and they do this, and the coaches come and spend their time with us, and especially Randy, all the work he does, because there's a lot of things that people can't just flip this on and we're ready to roll. He's had to pick these people and go through everything, and to go through the process to do this, and the student athletes. It's a lot of work. Appreciate all you do, Ray.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk to the kids.
Let's get her going, man.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to start our interview session, so stay with us. We'll be talking some Star of the Game Award winners from Washington Courthouse Sports, and we'll do that right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network.
Snack Wrap's back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy ranch, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you.
Ms. Elders was with us right now. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine. You play other sports besides basketball?
I'm not doing a spring sport. Nope.
No
I
spring
play
sports.
Soccer, obviously. in the
Oh yeah,
fall,
you
but-
play soccer. Yeah. Well, that's one of those. Your dad's a coach, so I mean, I know how that goes. Tell us about the basketball season this year. You guys had a very successful season.
Yeah, we were really looking forward to it this summer. We had a good summer working in the gym and going to some camps, and we got into the winter, and we had a good season for us. And
Coach didn't take you to Tennessee.
he did.
Well, that's quite an experience.
Yeah, it was a very good experience for us, and we played a lot of challenging teams, but we did good and got better.
You guys are very senior oriented this year. I looked at all the kids that won and stuff like that, and I think about 4 or 5 seniors was on the team. Was it more than that?
We had 4.
You had 4. Okay. So the other ones unfortunately could not be with us today, but we want to make sure they got recognized as well. As the season progressed, what were some of the things that Coach Denton wanted you guys to continue to work on?
He wanted us to work on really playing as a team and relying on each other and not playing individually. When we played together and played as a team, we had better results and got more points through everyone, not just one person.
Did you feel one of the highlights was when you got number 400
Yeah, we really wanted that one.
at Trace?
We really wanted that one for him, and the girls didn't really know, as we didn't all know before the game, but about halfway through the game, we all were kind of picking up on this is a big win for
Yeah.
us, and we all really wanted that one for him.
That's good. So what's your future plans?
I'm going to Otterbein University.
Okay.
I'm going to study their pre-med program for athletic training.
Really?
Yep.
Gonna do any sports?
Not as right now.
Okay.
Might pick up on some clubs or
Okay.
intramural stuff, but
Okay. Final question. You've had a chance now to play for your dad in both soccer and basketball, stuff like that. A, where is he the most craziest at? I should say he's most intense at. Let's put it that way.
I'd say probably outside. That's
Soccer?
Yeah.
Because he has more of the responsibility of being
Yeah.
the head coach
Yeah.
and then an assistant, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But do you see a change in him as far as his attitude?
No, not really.
Okay, it's still the same.
Yep. He still wants what's best for us and wants what's best for the team. So.
Okay.
And he.
So you say you're going to Otterbein?
Yep.
Okay, so that's in Columbus, so that will be close by. So we'll keep an eye out, make sure that you stay in good shape, even
Yep.
if you get to play intramurals and
Yep.
stuff like that. And you've had a very, very successful high school career, so congratulations to you, and thank you for coming up today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk to her dad right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, Kaylee's dad's with us right now.
Yep.
Have you been introduced like that?
It's been quite a bit actually over the last 4 years. So
What's it like having the daughters that plays under you as far as sports is concerned?
it's different. You know, not a lot of people understand the dynamic that happens or takes place when you coach your own kid. You know, a lot of people might think, well, it's coach's kid, they get favored, different things. But honestly, she probably has it harder than anybody else because what people don't see is the conversations outside of practice.
Right.
And, the expectations that because you are the coach's kid that are placed upon you and the pressures. And so I think over the last 4 years she's done a pretty good job handling those things.
Okay.
And as a dad, it's been a privilege to be able to coach her and see her grow over the last 4 years.
I gotta say, I got to coach my son what they call the old PAL basketball league and stuff
Yeah.
like for 2 years.
Yeah.
I ended up be the head coach, and it drove me nuts. I was nervous. I was more nervous than he was.
Yeah.
The only time he was nervous is when I was hollering at him. So, but so I appreciate a little bit about the dad and the kid.
It's definitely a different dynamic. And
yes.
Not everybody understands it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a privilege to be able to share that with her.
Mm-hmm.
And there's bonds there that we've got to share that not a lot of people get.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
This year you got to help Coach Denon with the team, your best season, the last 3 years, I believe it has been, that John's taken back the girls program. Very senior oriented, and you relied a lot on your seniors this year.
Yes, we did. And that group of seniors have played a lot of basketball. Callie and Bob, they were getting varsity time as freshmen.
Right.
So they've seen a lot of basketball, and then we picked up Peyton her sophomore year. And so, we relied on them girls pretty heavily. We were rotating, 7 to 8 girls. But our top 5, or, our 5 starters, John's talked about it a little bit. We had girls that didn't come out of the game. A couple games. Yeah. And he's like, out of all the years that he's coached, and we all know coaches, he's been around for a minute. For him to say, I've never had girls play that many minutes, that says something. Mm-hmm. But the nice thing is some of those girls were getting all the minutes are also our underclassmen. Kate Miller. There was a few games that Kate Miller didn't come off the floor. Right. So knowing that we've got that.
Hatfield girls could be coming back.
Hatfield girls coming back. Our numbers look great. They're continuing to grow. And that's something to say because there's a lot of programs around here that are struggling to put JV teams together. And, we got enough where we could almost have 2.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
Yeah.
What was something that you learned under Coach Denon? I mean, it's different sometimes to be the head coach, then also to be an assistant in another sport.
It is, and it's building the relationships. He does a great job building relationships with the student athletes. One would say, anybody that knows his coaching career, back in his earlier days, he wasn't as patient as he is now. Yeah. And to see that and learn that, because there are times as a head coach, especially in soccer, there's a lot of emotions going, and you're yelling across the field, and so one of the biggest things I think is patience, and that the importance of building relationships with the athletes. He does a great job with that.
So during the off season, what will you be working on?
Well, I was from the end of May last year until March this year. I was nonstop, so I stepped away a little bit here. Okay. Took some downtime, but we're getting back into the swing of things for our off season. We started opening the gym back up. The girls are coming in, getting shots in. We'll start weight training. For me, myself personally, being a coach of both sports, soccer and basketball, and I also am in control of the girls' weight training and speed and agility work throughout the summer. So we got a lot of things coming up going into the summertime, and just off-season training, getting bigger, stronger, faster, and helping these girls prepare for the upcoming season.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in, filling in today for Coach Denon, and thank you for bringing your daughter with you.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a player
It's coming either way, right?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate everything that you guys do, and the support you guys show all of our student athletes, and very much appreciated, especially from the coach's side.
Good. Well, we're glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll have more interviews coming up in just a moment here on our Star of the Game program on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're back here now. We're going to talk a little wrestling. Alan Hall's with us right now from the boys wrestling program. One of the Star of the Game honors for the Miami Trace Washington Courthouse series. You had a 6-5 win over Miami Trace. Caleb Carter, I believe it was, or something.
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, but anyway, you did get the win. It was I remember we broadcast the game, and you guys were going back and forth right up to the very end and stuff like that. How much wrestling did you actually get the chance to participate in this year?
How much wrestling I got to do and stuff?
Yeah, how many matches and stuff?
I mean, I can't count, but my record would be around 20, 22, I'd say, matches.
22 matches? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty good. How'd the wrestling team overall do this year?
I think they did amazing, honestly. They did a lot more than what I was expecting. Because, I was moving schools and stuff, and, I didn't think, the wrestling team was all that special, until I started, working with them and stuff.
What class are you in?
150 something.
Okay, and are you sophomore?
No, I'm senior.
You're a senior,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you talked about, you said that you moved into the school district?
Yeah, I moved from Piketon.
Oh, you were up from Piketon.
Yeah.
So this is your first year being exposed to Courthouse.
Yeah.
And Coach Reed and stuff like that. So you had a chance to, you guys won the league. Mm-hmm. You had a couple guys, I think, went to state,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yep.
So it was a good experience for you and stuff like that. What did you end up, when you at Piketon, did you get the chance to wrestle much? Or?
There's no wrestling in Piketon.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I did powerlifting before.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to compete. I just went there and trained powerlifting with them. That was about it. That's the only sport experience I've had prior to wrestling.
So this is technically your first varsity year.
Yep.
Do you kind of wish maybe I had another year or two?
I wish I started during elementary school. I wish I had a lot more time because
to experience it.
Yeah, I have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really good for someone that's only had 1 year of wrestling experience.
As the season progressed and stuff like that, I'm sure Coach Reed was pumping into you stuff and the other coaches and stuff like that. What are the things that they felt very happy or pleased with the success that you were able to have? What things did you improve on and stuff like that?
I don't know about things I improved on, but I always had a good sprawl. They said I always had strong hips and stuff.
Okay.
And as far as I know, that's about it.
Okay.
Just I'm strong and good hips. That was my strength and stuff.
So now you're being a senior. What do you have future plans? What you want to do? Or?
I want to become a professional fighter when I get older and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I've done a little jiu-jitsu. I've boxed with my friends and stuff. I never got to go to a boxing gym, but I got decent hands for someone that has no experience in a gym.
Okay.
And jiu-jitsu and wrestling. So next thing is to get into a boxing gym, and then once I get good boxing experience, I'm going to try to get into an MMA gym, and then keep practicing at MMA. Try to get into one of the leagues like Pride or something.
Okay.
Or UFC. UFC's a little high up there, but I like to at least get to Pride.
Okay. Well, you got to shoot for something, right?
Yeah.
How's grades-wise doing? Some topics and stuff that you might have been. Was your favorite?
My favorite, I'd say history. I love history.
Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations! You were a star of the game with your win over Miami Trace. We appreciate you stopping by this morning on your program, and well represented. And good luck in the fighting game.
All right, thank you.
Whichever way you go. Hang in there. We'll be back with more in just a moment right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
Snack wraps back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy rancho, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it, crunching and munching. Can't stop the tapping. Snack wraps back, it's the tasty attack. One bite in and you're never looking back.
Kaylin Hayes is with us right now. Kaylin, you are a
Wrestler.
well, I know that, but what class are you in?
Sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yes.
Oh, you got a couple more years.
Yes.
145 pounds, right?
This season, yeah.
Okay. If I remember correctly, I think you had a real quick pin against Miami Trace. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It was like in the first round and stuff like that. Because in the girls' round, to be honest with you, and the boys, there was a lot of forfeits. So there wasn't too many matches we could cover, to be honest with you, that night and stuff. So you were one of the rare ones that actually did get a match in and stuff like that. Overall, how did your season go?
Well, I ended the season 13-9.
Okay.
Overall, the beginning of the season didn't do much wrestling, but towards the end I did a lot better.
How'd you do in the FAC?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it has been a while, so I understand that like
it's
that.
been a little over a month now.
What, with the new coach, Coach Mason taking over this year and stuff like that, from Coach Gibbs, what changes, or did you see any major changes of her style compared to Coach Gibbs, or?
I feel like Gibbs was a lot more aggressive with the team. Kind of made the team be a bit more aggressive in general. Jay takes a bit more of a friendlier approach to it, which in my opinion makes the teams a bit closer.
Okay. All right, good. And like I say, both styles, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Everybody's got their own style. So I know that Coach Gibbs was very, very intense.
Yes.
He had the opportunity to have several young ladies be able to go to the state and things like that. I assume that's maybe one of your goals in the next 2 years, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was wanting to get there this year, but ended up not being able to.
Okay. With wrestling, what has it taught you?
It's taught me to be a bit more different with it. I've gotten told by a lot of people I don't look like the wrestling type. I kind of like that.
Okay.
It's taught me to kind of not do what people expect from me and to go out a bit more and do what I'm thinking, what I'm wanting to do.
Did you get a chance, did you guys wrestle during your junior high years?
I didn't wrestle in middle school. I wrestled when I was younger, before middle school.
Oh, okay.
Then I stopped for a little bit and focused on cheer.
Okay. So this technically, was this your first full year?
Second.
Second full year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what would you like, you've already mentioned you'd love to get to go to state maybe one of these days. What are some of the other things you can work on during the off season as you prepare for wrestling for next year?
I'm wanting this off season to put in more time inside the weight room and other schools' open mats and stuff like that to be able to get more practice in.
I think that's one of the things people don't realize is that there are a lot of schools in the area that do have open mats, gives you opportunity to continue to hone your style and stuff like that. What are some of the things, though, that Coach Mason wants you to kind of keep working on during the off season?
Just keeping it up, continuing practicing, and not like taking the entire summer off and kind of just becoming a couch potato and doing nothing.
Right. Do you play any other sports?
I'm currently in track.
Oh, okay.
I throw, shot, and disc in track.
Okay.
And then I cheer for football and for basketball.
All right, good. So you keep busy.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's what you want to do. School doing okay?
as far as I can.
Well, that's good. I like to hear that stuff too. Education is the most important thing.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, congratulations. You were star of the game against Miami Trace, and we appreciate you stopping by this morning. We're going to talk to your coach in just a second or two. Okay, hold on. So we'll be back with more interviews. Stay with us right here on the Star of the Game program from Washington Courthouse at the Epifano Sports Network. All right, we're just going to keep rifling through here for you right now. Coach Mason's with us now. Took over the girls wrestling program last year. Did you wrestle in school?
I did not.
Really?
I did not.
Oh, I thought that was, I don't know where I got you did wrestle.
I did not. I did stats when I was in middle school and high school, but I never actually wrestled.
So, not wrestling, but now being a coach has been a big adjustment for you, to say the least, right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
What's the biggest adjustment you feel that you've had to undertake?
I feel like wrestling's a sport that is a little difficult to try to teach if you haven't done it, but I grew up around wrestling, so I know a decent bit. I just don't have the experience of competing, which is kind of a learning curve.
Did you coach on the junior high level, or do you help Coach Gibbs?
I was Wes's assistant for 2 years.
I'm sorry?
I was Wes Gibbs' assistant for 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right. When you took over the team this year, what were some of the things that you wanted to try to get the girls to do?
I just wanted us to be able to continue competing at a high level. Wes had the program in a really good spot. We had a lot of really good athletes, and I just wanted them to have fun, continue to perform well.
You had 2 girls go to the state, didn't you?
One. We had one state qualifier.
Oh,
this
one
year.
state qualifier. Okay.
Yep.
That was Leah?
Yep.
Leah Marine?
Yep.
All right. How'd she end up doing?
She wrestled really well. Her first loss was to the predicted state champ. She didn't end up winning, but that was her first loss. And after that match, she ended up with another really good, solid senior wrestler. She held her own, but didn't end up coming out with the win. So she didn't place this year, unfortunately.
But you got the experience.
Yep.
How is it to wrestle at the shots? Even as a coach, it had to
It's-
blow you away a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really impressive being there, and the environment is just crazy. It's a totally different experience than any other tournament.
Of course, a couple of years ago, I don't think maybe people don't understand that, is that the coaches, wrestling coaches, used to sponsor their own state tournament, but that was like in Hilliard or Westerville or whatever.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, High School Athletic Association said, you know what? Let's just absorb, take over the state tournament and stuff. And the girls are wrestling basically around the same time the boys are wrestling, all at the same place, right?
Yep. The tournament happens same weekend, same time, just different sessions. So girls are just another division at the tournament now.
So you have, what, 10 mats or something like that, I
Starts
think?
with 10, yeah.
Phew, I'd go crazy.
Yeah, it's very busy.
I went to Wright State a couple of years ago when they used to have it over there, and there was like 8 mats, and it's like, I'm trying to find out where the local wrestlers are stuff and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is kind of crazy. Now, what during the off season do you want your girls to work on?
During the off season, I just want them to work on getting stronger. That's one of our biggest weaknesses is strength. But a lot of them participate in other sports, so they're staying active all year round for the most part. And I can really appreciate that. I appreciate that they stay active. They are involved in other things, but strength is something that we've been trying to work on.
Do you coach other sports?
I do. I coach soccer and track as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So what part of track are you
I am a pole vault coach.
Really?
Yes.
So they're keeping you busy.
Yep.
Has anybody done pretty good so far?
Yeah, I've got a couple really good vaulters. One of my high school boys is hopefully going to break the school record here sometime in the next few weeks, as long as everything goes like it should. So pretty excited for that to hopefully happen.
Okay, good. Young ladies keeping busy. That's what you like, senior coaches. Different sports. Yeah. Not just concentrate on one sport.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, multi-talented, to say the least. doing all those stats and stuff all those years paid off for you.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not sometimes, right? All right. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to see you. We'll take a break, come back. We're going to talk a little boys basketball right after this.
Snack wraps back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy rancho, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it, crunching and munching, can't stop the tapping. Snack wrap back, it's the tasty attack. One bite.
All right, we're back here. We're talking boys basketball right now. Mr. Everhart's with us, one of two Everhart brothers. I got to ask you this. What was it like playing on the same team as your brother this year?
Well, sometimes he's annoying, but
I'm going to ask him the same question. If he says you're annoying,
he'll say the
then
same
I know
thing.
that
He'll
you guys,
for a fact say the
you
same
guys
thing.
are right. Okay.
That's for sure.
This season, coming into the year, what were some of the things that Coach Barker wanted you guys to try to accomplish?
Well, he expected a lot from us this year. We had a load full of juniors last year, and now we're all like 6 seniors on our team. So he expected a lot for us. We practiced really hard. So he expected a lot of wins. He expected us to put more effort in. He just expected us to be more physical and better on defensively. And I think we could have done a lot better in some times, but I think we still did pretty well this year.
It's obvious that you were dependent upon a lot for the three-point shots. And you know as well as I do, if you're on, look out. If you're struggling, it kind of affects the mind games a little bit for you and stuff like that. Where do you feel, though, overall, you were able to handle the pressure of maybe not getting those shots? Did you try to find yourself driving a little bit more plays and stuff like that?
Well, if I'm on, I'm going to let it fly. That's what I'm told. I'm given the green light, so I run around in circles hoping to get the ball and throw it up. So.
Right.
But if I'm off, I got to see one. If it's a foul shot, if it's a layup, if it's a wide open transition layup. Just one thing, if I can see one go in, I can see the next go in.
Did you guys run a little bit more this year than last year, or?
I feel like last year he emphasized on transition and pushing the ball, but this year I think we did a 10 times or a lot times better than last year in transition. He focused on that because that was our game. We scored a lot in transition. Like the Chillicothe game, we had 20-something to 3 in the first quarter.
Right.
So all we did was run down the floor, and they couldn't beat us down.
I know that when you guys played the McDonald's tournament that we had on the air, you guys jumped out on Miami Trace pretty quick and stuff like that. They eventually, of course, came back, but you guys still won the game and stuff like that. Did you see games that, I don't know, if you have time to think about and stuff, man, we just had just one more bucket or 2 more buckets, we could have won those games.
Yeah. Like Wilmington, we lost by a buzzer beater. That was pretty sad. I definitely played terrible that game. I should have played better defensively that game. Most of my team put in a lot of effort. But just that one shot, it really ticks you off sometimes.
Yeah.
And we could have won the game if someone made a layup or if you would have made one of your missed shots. It does tick you off sometimes.
When you look at your team, did you mention 6 seniors be graduating, stuff like that?
Yep.
So he's got some good programming coming up as far as the reserve team, and we'll talk to Coach Leach here in a few minutes about that as well. But do you see a transition that will be smoother for Coach Barker for next year?
I think he knows his guys, and I think the offense probably won't change because, we have some of the reserve guys that practice with us all the time. They know what it's like. They've seen us practice, and they want to be physical like us. We should have shown them more physicality, but push them a little bit more in practice because they're little guys. But I think they'll be good next year. They'll learn, but Coach Barcher knows their game, and we have a couple great guys coming up, so it'll be fun to watch.
What's your future plans hold for?
Oh, well, I'm going to head down to Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
Oh, okay.
Play some basketball over there, yeah.
You are? Well, that's good. Glad to hear that.
Trying to.
That's a good school.
It is.
An area of study?
I'm trying to do finance right now,
Really?
or exercise science. I haven't decided on either of them yet.
Okay, Mount Vernon. All right, we'll keep an eye out for you on that. That's a nice facility up there.
It is.
I've been up there a couple.
Gym.
I've been up there. Oh, the new gym.
They built the new gym 2 years ago.
Really? Okay, I haven't been up there since then. I was in the old gym, and I heard and that was a good gym. But okay, that'll be good. That'll be fun. All right. Well, congratulations again. You want any spring sports?
No spring sports, just working out.
Just working out. All right. Working on those threes.
Yeah, that's about it. I should work on other things though.
Oh, other things too. Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming up, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
It's nice to see how you've grown your game over the last couple of years. Wish you the best of luck, okay?
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be back more with Coach and also players to talk to, so stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. No, Haycock's with us right now, one of the members of the boys basketball program. I believe won a couple awards this year, Stars of the Game, 2 of them. Overall, the season, first of all, the team, how you feel you did. Number 2, personally, how you feel you did.
As a team, I think we had a really good season. Of course, we had some ups and downs, but I felt that we ended the season strong, making a district final for the first time in like 25 years at our school.
That's right.
Which was nice, and then getting to play 2 games at a high university was a great thing for our community and then just for us as a team. And we got to spend extra time together throughout the week and a half that we prepared for those 2 games. And then on a personal level, I thought I had a great season. I just tried my best to bring it every night. This year, like I had, when I talked to Coach Barcher, I had to bring a lot more energy than the past years and just like do everything all around. And I thought that I got my teammates involved really well, scored the ball a lot some games, and then got a lot of rebounds and then played really good defense. So I thought I had a good season, and then that kind of reflects in like the awards I got in the conference and district and things like that. But I really enjoyed just having this season with my guys, and I thought it was a really good year for us as a team.
Watching you throughout the years grow, you know, you were kind of like, you were just one of the guys on the team your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Junior year, you started to come out a little bit, started to take more of a demanding role. This year with 6 seniors, you were kind of, you were one of the guys. I mean, a lot of things went through you, especially down low post and stuff like that. You hit some threes and stuff like that. How did you handle the transition of that role? I mean, did every year coach sit you down and say, okay, no, I need you to do this, this, and this, or did it come naturally to you?
I'd kind of say it was kind of both. We definitely had sit-down talks about it, but it wasn't that explicit. Like, it was just kind of expected. So, like, my sophomore year, I didn't do a lot of scoring. It was more defense and rebounding.
Right.
But going into my junior year, I mean, we lost 5 seniors, and it's like you already know that you got to put a lot of work in. You got to get better. So I'd say, like, it's just expected. There's just a lot of expectations as far as, like, my name goes, like, being a Haycock and just being able to live up to what my siblings did and my brother. So I'd say it was expected from me, and I thought I did a good job handling that and getting better as the years went on.
Are you the baby of the family?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's going to be weird not having a ball game with a Haycock not mentioned between your sisters and your brothers and stuff like that, it's going to feel weird.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to do another year?
I mean, I would if I could. But
Tell us a little bit about your future plans. What are you looking to doing?
I'm looking to play college basketball. I'll probably make my decision here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Just visiting some D3 colleges and an NAIA college this past week. But yeah, and then I don't know what I want to major in yet, but I think I'll figure that out when I get to where I want to go. But yeah, I just have some D3 college basketball opportunities right now.
Okay, well, that's good. I know that a lot of times we had, or during the winter times, you playing AAU ball, and we had inopportune times to be able to get you on the date that we needed you.
Yeah.
Last couple times you've been here, we're proud of you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But will you do any AAU ball again this summer, or if you're looking at college and stuff, it's like, okay, I got to pull back here a little bit and concentrate on that?
Yeah, I'm not playing AAU this summer, but just going to colleges and maybe playing in some open gyms and learning like getting to know other players and kind of how they play a little bit. So yeah, I'm not playing AAU this summer.
Okay,
which is probably why I'm here, actually.
Yeah, okay, well, that's good. That's good. We're glad to have you with us.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Wish you the best of luck in whatever your college endeavors and your decision to make. We'll keep an eye out for that as well. And, if you're playing, let's narrow it down here. Is it possibly close, or is it going to be some traveling?
No, it'll be in Ohio.
It'll be in Ohio. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That way folks can get a chance to go see you play then.
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping for a scoop, but I'm not going to get it, I don't think. Anyway, Doug, congratulations. Great season you had. Honors that bestowed upon you in the league, district-wise. And, getting to the district finals. Again, a good accomplishment for the Blue Lions basketball program. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more guests right after this. Bryson Heath's with us right now, a member of the Blue Lions boys basketball team. He's on football this year too, weren't you?
Yep, and baseball.
And baseball.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have one of your games coming up in a couple weeks here, I think. But anyway, playing the three sports, what's the hardest?
Well, I think the hardest is going to one sport over and over, and then going into your next sport like that. I think that's the hardest. You have to really be able to adapt pretty quick, especially going from basketball to baseball, because baseball you usually need like a lot of reps. So, I mean, I think that's the hardest part, just trying to adapt that quick after the seasons change.
When you try to, as you mentioned, trying to adapt and stuff like that, off-season training has to be a big factor for you. I know you're a senior, so, you're probably going to be doing other things now coming up in the future. So maybe you're not going to participate as much off-season sports activities per se than much you did in the past and stuff. But let's say you're late spring right now, your junior year. What would be some of the things that you were preparing for your senior year?
So I play summer ball for baseball, and like spring, after the season's over, we'll go into like tournaments, and so I'll get a lot of like actual game reps and stuff like that, because we play tournaments like around Ohio and stuff. So that's usually what I do. So
you played with the AAU team or travel team, or?
Yeah, travel team. Yep.
Okay. What were some of the places you've gone to?
This year we went to Indiana. I think that's the farthest I went this year. But previous years I've been to like South Carolina, Tennessee, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So you got to see a little bit of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a town outside of Fayette County, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about your basketball season. How you did overall.
I thought for my senior year, I had high expectations. I wanted to win. We had a pretty solid season. There's a lot of games we dropped, but I mean, we all stuck together, and our seniors really came together. It was really nice being able to have this success. Like, this is the most success we've had in a lot of years, and I'm just glad we got to do it with my seniors and all my classmates I grew up with. So,
with the high number of seniors, I think Noah mentioned you guys had 5 seniors that graduated last year to this year. This year, what, you got 6?
yeah.
That's 11 kids off back-to-back teams. That's a lot of turnover and stuff like that for a program. How were you able to adapt to all that? Because you played, what, all 3 years?
I played 2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yeah. So the last year, the seniors leaving, I mean, we knew going into this year we have big roles coming up. Like junior year, we had a really good class going, like that left going into my junior year, and we knew we had like big shoes to fill, and we knew like we have to step up. So I mean, we put in the work, and we just try to do what we know best, and just.
Where do you play in baseball?
I play everywhere. I play center field a lot, and I play shortstop, and I pitch. So I pretty much play everywhere.
All right. I think we got a couple of your games coming up later in the month. I think Greenfield, I think it's the 20th, or Hillsborough, and then we got your game with Trace toward the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to kind of watch and see how you do in baseball. If you had a choice, you want to say, Mr. Young, I think if I had a chance to go play a certain sport, I'd play this sport. What would it be?
Baseball for sure.
That's what I figured.
Yep.
That's what I figured. What's your future plans?
I'm not fully decided yet, but I mean, I've been thinking about Wright State a lot, so
okay.
I'm thinking about there.
Close?
Yep.
Hoping maybe to get to play?
Maybe. I've talked about trying to go to like a small school and play baseball, so we'll see what happens. I'm trying to get some film together and contact some coaches, so we'll see.
Good enough.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, named star of the game, and wish you the best of luck, and see you on the diamond here in a little bit, a couple weeks, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, Bryson Heath joined us here. We'll have the other Everhart boy, Jackson, coming up right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, now we're going to talk to the younger brother, Everhart, Jackson. Where'd your mom and dad come up with the names for your brothers? You and your brother.
I'm not really sure.
Something with J, though. They just like J, right?
J's, yeah, and my father, yeah.
Yeah. Coming into the season, you got to play a lot of reserve ball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But toward the end of the season, they started slowly working you into the varsity level and stuff like that. One of the games that you did that you were named the star of the game was against, I think it was Miami Trace. Yeah. You had 9 points, but it was all in the fourth quarter, and you guys were trying to make a comeback and stuff like that. Is that your kind of style game? You like to score bunches, or what?
Yeah, I'd say. I kind of just like. So when I'm in the game, it's like Yeah, I'd say bunches probably.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's smooth all at once. Yeah.
Well, one of the reason I ask is is it Luke?
Yeah.
Your guard?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy will put up a 3-point shot past midcourt every time. I mean, the kid's just phenomenal talent-wise and stuff like that. So he'll probably take Jetson's place as far as the 3-point shooter the next couple of years. But playing with a guy like that, did that help you when you got to the varsity level? That some of the guys on the reserve team kind of mirrored some of the personalities of the varsity team?
Yeah, I would say so, because Luke's like really good at basketball, and he's like comparable to varsity players, so I'd say it mirrored pretty good.
Do you play other sports?
Yeah, I play football. I'm doing track this year.
Oh, okay. What do you do in track?
I run the 4x1, 4x2, and I long jump.
That's pretty Interesting.
Yeah.
Got to have a little speed.
No, I'm just doing it for football speed. Really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you play wide receiver?
Yeah, but this year I'm probably going to go for running back.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah.
Even though you're young, as far as class-wise, sophomore,
Yep.
right? Have you even started thinking about college yet, or is just like, Mr. Young, give me a break. I'm only a sophomore.
Yeah.
You know, give me a couple more years before I start thinking about that, right? But if you had a chance to go to college and stuff like that, have you maybe started laying the groundwork for some of your classes and stuff that maybe you'd like to do?
No, I haven't really thought about that too much.
Okay.
I'd say I'd save that for later when I'm older. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Enjoy your youth, man.
Yeah.
Have a good time with it. Well, congratulations. Start of the game toward the end of the season. Look forward to seeing how you play both on football and the basketball.
Yeah.
We don't broadcast track, but I'm sure you'll do well on that as well, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Jackson Everhart, our star of the game. We'll be back. We'll talk to Coach Leach. We still have a few more guests coming up, so stay with us. We're not done yet. We'll be broadcasting more here from the Epifano Sports Network right after this.
Snack wraps back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy rancho, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it, crunching and munching. Can't stop the tapping. Snack wrap back, it's the tasty attack. One bite in your never.
Seth Leach is with us right now, the head reserve coach and varsity assistant for the Washington Courthouse boys basketball program. It's kind of interesting that you had one or two of your players especially with Jackson, that was mostly on your reserve team this year, got some experience on the varsity level and was able to get a Star of the Game award.
Yeah, I think that just speaks volume to what those guys, Jackson and then Jackson Hughes as well, played a lot more towards the end. What they were doing in practice all year long, working hard. Like, sometimes it's not always easy to do that right away, especially with young guys, like play a little JV and then we'll kind of see where we're at. But those guys stepped up big time, especially towards the end of the year in the tournament against Meigs and against Unionota as well, and got some really good minutes and helped us out a lot.
When you look at, you're trying to run the reserve team, how different is that from your role as, helping Shannon out?
Probably honestly not that different. I feel like my focus foremost, we're trying to get better every single day, but is really geared towards our varsity scout. There is ways I could probably watch JV film, and I've done that in the past, but I didn't do that at all this year.
Really?
Just focus on what can we do to help the varsity win, and tell our JV guys that too. They probably get mad sometimes in practice because things oh, I got fouled. Well, who cares? We're not out here for you guys. We're working to get better and to help them get better, and then you guys get better for the next years coming up as well.
How much experience did you have in high school sports? I know you played tennis, didn't you?
I played tennis, football, and basketball.
You play basketball as well. So,
yeah.
So as a player and a coach, what's the biggest difference?
Probably just the time. I feel like I put a lot more time in the coaching. There's just more aspects. You have to watch more film. We're going to go scout somebody tonight. I'm letting other kids get into the gym. Usually, I feel like it's every day of the week, which is fine with me. Always looking to get better. Probably almost love it more as a coach. You just find a different side of it and love it a lot more than you probably did as you played.
I know that, watching you on the sideline, you're a very quiet and withdrawn guy. We say that jokingly. You're very vocal, very intense.
Yeah.
That's your style. I've been around you long enough. I know that's just the way Seth's going to coach and stuff. But do you sometimes have to say to yourself, okay, I need to back it up just a tad bit. You know, you're coaching the kids up and stuff, but do you find yourself sometimes maybe having to back off just a little bit?
Maybe sometimes. I did play for Rob Pitzer, and he was very intense all the time. But I feel like there's just an expectation to how we play and how we want to play. Like, and if we're not meeting that, like, that needs to be fixed right away. But I also think, like, the relationships that you build with these guys, not on the court, like, that matters and makes it to where you can yell at them and get on them because you have a good relationship off the court.
Is that the main thing when you deal with different kids, different backgrounds, different personalities and stuff like that, temperament? There's just some that I can get in their face and scream and holler at them, and they know to take it, and others like, okay, I got to try to more teach than...
Yeah, you just got to understand where they're coming from, know their background. Like, some kids can handle a lot better than others. Like a kid like Noah, like, you could get on him as much as you wanted to because he knows how to take it, and like, he's going to take it as constructive criticism. And other guys may seem like you're coming at them personally or whatever, but that's not always that way. So you just kind of got to, I think, have a good relationship with them and just understand where they're coming from.
Is the fact that you came from a coach's team. Your dad coached the years. You know, Sam coached Courthouse girls and Greenview and stuff like that. And so you played Trace, and now you're coaching a Courthouse and stuff like that. So do you have your self mentality? This is just the way it is. This is the way I am.
A little bit.
I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying that's just my characteristic. That's my personality.
Yeah, and I just think it goes back to like an expectation of how you want to play. Like, we obviously all want to win, but there are certain ways in which you do that. And I also think like being hard on kids that help at times like helps them build character. Like, life's not always going to be easy. Like, in this, like, basketball certainly is a sport that's not easy.
Right.
And you're going to go through some trials here and there. Like, and you got to handle that adversity and face it head on.
Looking ahead for next year, what are some of the things you want? Because you're going to have still some good kids coming up from the freshmen and also reserve team that may not get to the varsity. What are some of the things you want them to work on? And then those kids in reserve going to varsity, what are some of the things you hope, along with Coach Barker, you guys will be able to work on?
Yeah, I just think teaching the game, like looking more to just play free, go out there within some structure here and there. Like, we have, I think, 4 guys back that played in our district championship game from last year.
Good.
So still a little wealth of knowledge from some of those guys. But then some of those younger guys that they all love basketball. Like, they want to be there. Like, this is one of their main things they want to do. Maybe they want to go play college basketball. But just the physicality is going to be a little bit different for some of them. Things they're not used to. But just growing every day, and the summer is going to be really, really important for us. Like, we're really excited about next year, about the group that we potentially have. It's all kids that are going to work hard, potentially shoot the ball pretty well. I feel like we have some guys at the JV level that can do pretty well at that. But just overall, really excited for next year.
All right, well, you had 4 good ones this year. It was named Star of the Games. And Jackson's the only one's coming back. The other 3, I think, will be very, very successful no matter where they go. So we wish them the best of luck as well. Seth Leach joined us here for the Washington Courthouse Boys Basketball Program. We will be finalizing our program with a little bit about bowling. So stay tuned for that right here. Okay.
That's what that is.
All right, we're back here. Will White's with us right now. Will was selected as the Washington Courthouse Male star of the game in the series with Miami Trace earlier this season. Man, it seemed like it's forever. It was back in November, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was way back in November.
It was like one of the first matches you guys had. It's a little bit different now. The teams are not bowling together like they used to and stuff like that. Overall, how'd you guys do yourself and the team bowling-wise this year?
Well, I think we exceeded our expectations by quite a bit this season. We obviously last year had 4 starters graduate, so we didn't have a lot of confidence in ourselves, but we had some good senior leadership. We had me and then Randon and TJ been varsity for a while. And we definitely started the season off very rough, but we grew so much as a team from the start of the season. I mean, we had a guy whose first match bowled a 94 and then shot a 254 at sectionals.
Wow, that's great.
We had a lot of growing to do, and a lot of growing we definitely did.
I'm sure, like most guys that I've taught and girls I've talked to, bowling-wise and stuff like that, whether it's bowling or any sport, the more you can do during the off season, hopefully that will improve your game as you go along.
Definitely. You just gotta keep doing the work, get yourself in leagues, talk to the coaches still in the off season. Bowling is a huge game of repetition, and the more practice you get on that repetition, the better you're going to do.
I've always heard the word oil in the lanes and stuff like that. Is that the major difference, especially when you go to different venues?
Yes. Bowling is it's a lot more complicated than people think it is. The oil on the lane changes rapidly throughout a match, throughout just a single game. You have to adapt basically every shot. You have to make small little changes, no matter if you have to move right, move left, change where you're trying to throw it on the lane. Even like what the lanes are made out of, like if it's wood or if it's synthetic, that changes the reaction, and that's what separates an average bowler from a great bowler, is one who knows what changes they need to make and is not afraid to make those. We definitely had some issues with that this year, but we had a couple coaches that definitely knew what they were talking about, and it was good to see people making those changes, and it actually working in their favor, because we've had some issues with that, where people won't listen, or people just are afraid to make the change because it's like, oh well, I have this look and it's okay, and it's kind of getting me through, so I'm not going to change it because I'm scared to. You gotta take that step, and we improved that exponentially throughout the season.
That's good. It's good. I know that we cover some of the bowling matchups between you guys and Trace, boys and the girls. And over the years, I've watched, and there's sometimes the bowler will start, it seems like it's down the right side, and I'm thinking, that's going to be a gutter ball. And all of a sudden, you hit a certain part of the lane with the oil, and it just veers off, and you get strikes and stuff like that. I guess my question is, how much in advance do you have to kind of figure that out? Or is it just...
Well, we do get the 15 minutes of practice at the beginning. Usually what you guys watch us bowl on, it's a house shot. It's set up to where there's more miss room, so you can miss to the right by quite a bit and still get it back, and you can miss to the left quite a bit and it'll hold and get to the pocket. Some of those guys, like you had Cole on here earlier, they have a lot of revolutions on the ball, so the ball spins a lot more. So when it gets out on a house shot, usually there's a little area, like a couple boards on the right, right next to the gutter, where there's just nothing. So it'll hit there, the ball basically grab the lane and just shoot to the left.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool to see. I know specifically this one that I won this for, I had a couple errant shots and the first couple frames where I even thought it was going to go in the gutter, and it got to that part, shot back to the left. I was like, whew, that's horrifying. But
what do you think as an announcer I was doing? Will's way up. Dang it, man. He got some good pin hits there. That's pretty good. What's your future plans?
Well, I am fully committed to attending Wright State. I'm going to major in political science. They have a men's club bowling team there that I think I'm going to try to go out for.
Okay.
They have a varsity and a JV, and they definitely bowl on a lot harder oil patterns than we did in high school. And I don't know what I expect, but I will do my best and see where that gets me.
Do they have like a club? Like I know that Cole's mentioned Ohio State. They'll do a little bit more travel. It won't be league specific. Is that what you're kind of looking at as well?
Yeah, that's what they have. It's a lot more accessible for guys in college because it's not through the NCAA.
Okay.
So they just basically get to choose whatever they want, wherever they want to go, and that's good with me.
Okay.
It'll be a lot more like high school. It'll be a lot further travel, but it'll basically feel the exact same. So that'll be nice.
Okay, great. Well, Will, congratulations. You were the star of the game against Miami Trace earlier this season. Like I say, man, I think it was around Thanksgiving or a little bit before, so it's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
But he was here. He got his award, and we appreciate him and wish him the best of luck at Wright State. I think you're, second or third young person today's mentioned that Wright State is where you like to go, so that's good. So we wish you the best of luck. And with that, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we got a couple of ladies to talk to, and then we'll wrap up the show. So stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, lady that's familiar to us over the years, Kate Bailey's with us right now from the girls bowling team. She was the star of the game against Miami Trace back in February, I believe it was. The seasons were so widespread this year. You know, the boys played in November, you girls played in February. As the season progressed, I was watching the scores and stuff. You continued to improve. Do you feel that your game was better this year than last year? Same what?
I'd say it was still about the same. There were definitely some adjustments. Like we got a new coach, so adjusting to different teaching style. But game-wise, yeah, it was about the same.
As you bowled now for the last, you bowled all 4 years, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I thought your sister bowled earlier.
Yes.
And then you came in as a freshman, so you bowled all 4 years. What are some of the things that you have learned through your bowling career that you hopefully will help you as you advance into your off high school years and move on to college or whatever?
Definitely patience is a big one. You have to be patient with yourself and your teammates and your coaches. Resilience, knowing that if you make a mistake, you have to get back on track and not let that affect your game. Teamwork, of course. It's a team sport.
Did you look at your team this year? As you mentioned, you got a new coach and stuff like that. How many seniors did you end up having?
I believe we had 5.
Wow, that's a high number.
Yeah, and 3 were on varsity and 2 were on JV.
Okay, but I think you didn't you bring up a couple of reserve players as the season progressed a little bit? Gotten a little varsity action.
Yeah, so we brought up I believe 2 from JV, or at least that were on JV previous years.
Okay.
And they were brought up and they stayed on.
What do you feel was your best tournament this year?
Tournament or just
match, whatever. I mean, you did well against Miami Trace. That's when you got the award and stuff. But was there other tournaments or matches that you felt you did very well in?
I mean, I would say just the Miami Trace match, and it was camaraderie because we knew Trace but it was also going against them, so that was an extra motivator, and we did pretty well in that one. I believe we won against Chillicothe, and I believe that was a pretty high game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you bowled?
At the Trace one, I believe I bowled in the 170s.
Okay.
And then possibly 160s.
Okay.
So it was average, yeah.
Okay. Future plans?
I am planning to attend University of Cincinnati for mechanical
Really?
engineering. Yeah.
Engineering?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You kids just keep getting smarter and smarter, I tell you. What are preparing for engineering classes? There's some things that you maybe taking in advance, or some things they said, okay, you're going to take engineering, you should start maybe looking at this?
Just STEM classes in high school, like calculus, chemistry, physics.
Why engineering?
I've just always been fascinated with like the building blocks of everything. So I want to learn how everything works, really, just fundamentally.
Do you want to be kind of a creator of your own bridge or whatever it is?
Yeah, hopefully work in the aerospace industry, maybe
Really?
build spaceships or
Wow.
planes. Yeah.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Well, it's been a joy to watch you the last 4 years. Like I say, you've won this award several times. I believe you think you might have been a student athlete award winner once too. I don't know. My memory's getting old. But congratulations on a great high school career and your future plans. And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, thanks. Kate Bailey's with us. We have one more guest coming up. We'll talk to her and then wrap up the show right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
Snack wraps back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy rancho, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it, crunching and munching. Can't stop the tapping. Snack wrap back, it's the tasty attack. One bite in, and you're never looking back.
Well, we try to save the best for last. All right. The girls bowling coach from Washington Courthouse, Hannah Gottschall.
Yep.
All right. And I guess my question to you right off the bat, first year.
Yes, this is my first year as a varsity coach.
Right.
This was my third year as a coach for the school.
Okay, so you have had some experience as an assistant and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you this, like I always ask the coaches that move up.
Yep.
What was some of the biggest challenges you felt as a head coach you had this year compared to being an assistant?
Biggest challenges, probably trying to figure out how to deal with, intercommunication issues. That was a big learning curve for me this year. I was in charge of more, so I had to, make more decisions. I couldn't just be like, go ask head coach. No, that was me. So that was probably the biggest thing of my learning curve.
As the season progressed, you felt you did much better?
I've learned a lot of lessons over the course of the year, a lot of things that I can take into the next season that I'm hoping will make me a better coach.
As the season progressed, kind of tell us in a summary how things went for you.
Well, we learned a lot about lane play, how the oil patterns work. We learned a lot of what I call bowling math, our 3-6-9 rule. For your 2 pins and your 3 pins, you move 3 boards with your feet, and vice versa. For 4 pins and 6 pins, you move 6 boards with your feet, things like that. They hadn't learned that from the previous coach, so that was something that we worked on. They learned about hand position with their ball versus oil pattern, when to move your hand versus when to move your feet kind of thing. all that good technical stuff.
But that's the thing is that it's repetition.
Yes.
The more that you teach that, the girls will hopefully continue to remember that, and then that when they get out and actually do a tournament or a match, it should be second nature to them per se, right?
Yeah, that's the goal, is to get them to the point where they leave a certain amount of pins. I ask them, what's your plan? They tell me, I'm doing this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, go do it.
Okay.
Kind of thing. They have a plan in their head that they know how to execute it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
As head coach, I mean, you still want to infuse knowledge upon them and stuff like that, but the quicker they're learning, say, okay, coach, I've got to do this, and do it. Less pressure is on you per se, and allow them to do what they feel they can do best.
Yeah.
As the season progressed, overall, how'd you guys finish?
I think we finished, I had that scores up. We were overall 4 wins, 11 losses, 5th in the FAC after our FAC tournament.
Okay. Tournament-wise, how'd you do?
We sat, pretty much every tournament we went to, we sat in the middle of the field. There was one we had at the Columbus Square Bowling Palace. Our biggest competition there would have been Gahanna, because they've been state champs a few times in a row. I think there were 13 teams that day. I think we sat 6th at the end of the day, which was pretty good for them, about average. They're always somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
There's always room for improvement, but they're getting better as they go. So.
High number of seniors graduating, right?
As far as I know, there's, at least since I've been a coach, there's 6 girls and 6 boys. Last year, I think it was 3 girls, maybe 4 or 5 boys. But yeah, there were 12 seniors this year.
Wow.
over the program.
So what does next year's team have to learn to do during the off season?
Over the off season, they just need to keep bowling. Don't let themselves get rusty. The biggest thing we're going to start with next season is spares, probably. But that's the biggest thing. Just keep bowling. Well, don't lose the skill.
Yeah, every bowling coach I've talked to, spares.
Oh yeah.
What's the importance of having spares?
If you have a strike and then you have a 9 count in the next frame and you miss that spare, you lose 11 pins in your overall score.
Really?
So yep. So the big thing is spares, because your spare that you get in one frame adds that many more pins to your next frame. So yeah.
That's why I was having problems keeping score all the time. I'm kind of semi-rookie here, and I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest, I can't even do the math. No, I've never been taught the math, can't do it.
Thank goodness they've got those scoreboards above you and stuff like that. That's what I end up just, Dave, what's the score on there, so I can at least keep track and stuff like that. Any other sports you coaching?
No, in high school I played softball, didn't play competitively, but softball and bowling are my 2 big sports.
Okay.
Because of my job, I couldn't coach softball, but bowling I can swing. So.
Okay. Good. So you got the full year varsity experience under your belt. So now hopefully the girls are returning.
As far as I know, everybody that's not graduating is returning. So we'll have a pretty solid lineup for varsity next year.
Okay, great. And we'll catch you next bowling season when it comes your turn, I guess. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Sorry for the delay, but glad that you got a chance to get on the air, okay?
Yes.
And with that, we're also going to wrap it up our Washington Courthouse Star of the Game program as well. Our thanks to all the folks that came in today, whether they're from Miami Trace or Washington Courthouse. They made the show special. And again, we hope that you enjoyed the coverage of it as well. Now, don't forget, next Saturday, we'll have the Student Athlete Award winners. We'll have a male and a female student athlete from Washington Courthouse, Miami Trace, Greenview, and Fayette Christian School will be honoring. That starts at 9 o'clock. We'll have more publicity on that this week on the Epifano Sports Network page. Until next week. And don't forget, we have Star of the Game starting Monday because we got baseball starting up with Jackson against Miami Trace. We'll have 8 games altogether over the next 30 days. So we got a lot of baseball and softball we'll be doing. So be tuned up. We'll have a story on the weekend about that as well. So thanks to Nicholas, Keith, and everybody here at McDonald's. It's been great. And before I lose my voice, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and say thank you all for joining us on the program, and we'll catch you next Saturday on another edition of our special programming on the Epifano Sports Network.